Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We had some folks that some people know on our show earlier this week. Becky was out in Omaha. I want to show you what they had to say if we could roll the tape on Bitcoin from Mr. Munger and Mr. Buffett.
The asset itself is creating nothing.
I think it's a scumball activity.
I would short it if there was an easy way to do it.
So there you have it. You have Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. One of them was calling it a scumball activity. The other saying, Bill Gates saying he would short this thing if he could. And you're saying they're all wrong.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, look, not everybody is right all the time. And I think we have to acknowledge that we all have biases. And look, I'm a disciple of Buffett and Munger. And one of the things that they have said for years, which I believe, is you define a circle of competence and you stay within it. And I think it's been clear in his entire investing career that technology is not in his circle of competence. And so the only technology name that he's owned is Apple. I mean, you could claim that IBM was a technology company. That's borderline.
It's out of that. That didn't work anyway.
Right.
And Apple, I was thinking that if he got in Bitcoin, if he eventually got in Bitcoin when he eventually got into Apple, it'd already be at $1 million probably.
Probably.
But Chamath, just going back to this, I don't think he looks at it as a technology. I think he looks at it as an asset class that he would put in a similar class with gold. Just it's a non-productive asset. It's an asset that is only worth more if other people agree to pay more for it. That's the type of issue that he's talking about.
Which I also agree with. I think it is exactly that. I think.
So. Obviously, I've covered this in other videos, but I think this interview is very interesting because he brings up the idea of circle of competence, right? And that's one sector that Buffett has unfortunately struggled. And that's something really important when it comes to cryptocurrency investing. A point that I want to bring up is that you should obviously take your time before you invest in cryptocurrencies. And if it's not your circle of competence, do not go crazy. Take your time, learn. I think a lot of people got crushed. In fact, let's pull this out a little bit more. But I feel like a lot of people got in during this crazy bull run. And, in December, I'm sure a lot of people rushed into cryptocurrency and, bought. And then we hit this all-time high. And then a lot of us watched the price go down. I don't think anyone had just a single buy at the $850 billion market cap. But let's just say your average buy was around here. Let's say your average buy was around 600 billion, right? So if you do not understand the technology and you do really believe that it's just a commodity where it's whatever fool is willing to pay more for, it becomes really, really hard to buy down here or to even hold down here. Because in reality, I even got crushed a little bit because I was buying here. Unfortunately, I started buying in July, but the most unfortunate thing is I wanted my circle of competence to obviously increase before I felt more comfortable investing a bunch of money into cryptocurrency. So I really didn't feel comfortable with cryptocurrency until maybe December. And fortunately, I did feel like, from this crash down here, I felt that it was kind of overvalued. So I was very, very hesitant. But when this crash hit, I was actually pretty aggressive buying. So I did buy when it hit in the 400 billion. And then obviously it started to hit new lows. And what's awesome is I really didn't sell. I only really sold in December and January, early January. So I've just been holding. And obviously I made buys up here in the 600 billion range. But I felt confident enough that, hey, this is something that's going to go to $1 trillion. And my investment strategy is that I don't want to pay the capital gains tax the short term. I'm going to hold anything I buy. I'm going to hold for a year. I did sell up here just like 5 or 10% because I thought I was overvalued, and I don't mind paying taxes because I used my profits that when I did feel like it was kind of getting frothy to rebuy down here at lower levels. But anyways, my main mindset, and this is what I've done about 80%, 90% of my portfolio, is like I'm just going to buy, I'm going to hold, and I'm not going to sell for over a year. And I was able to weather the storm. Now, it still hasn't gone above 500 billion, and obviously, I've brought this up in the past. I actually paid $4,000. I bought not too much. I want to say maybe $500 worth of Bitcoin Cash at $4,000 when it first hit Coinbase. So I've made bad trades, and I'm sure anyone who was buying in December, January, and the main thing is that you got to be able to have the patience, the discipline to be able to just sit on it and to believe that it's going to obviously be worth more in the future. Now, this is the top 10 coins. If you're holding shit coins, which I actually do hold a good amount of shit coins, not a large amount, but I want to say a decent amount. So I have sold some of those into more stable cryptos, and then I'm just sitting on small holdings of my crap coins. But it's just really important. I think that his part of the circle of confidence, if you're going to be investing in crypto, try not to be if you're uneducated like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and those billionaires, you should be shorting it, or you should not be investing in it, because it's going to be really, really hard to want to hold it or to buy more during dips if you really do feel like it's a worthless asset class. So let me know your thoughts on this, and I will talk to you guys soon.